All right, folks, welcome back to our series on creating an animatronic horror bear. So far, we have in this series finished modeling our character for the most part. Then last video, we started texturing using what's available directly in Maya. Now we're going to continue that texturing process. We'll see how far we get in this video. If we need to, we'll add another one. Um, And then after we finish texturing him, we will get to the point where we'll start building the foundation for the rig for our character so that we'll be able to animate him. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go up to workspace, make sure it's on general, then do reset. Then I'm going to go to file, set project, look for my Fred project, hit set. Then I'm going to go ahead and do file open scene, open number 16. And then finally, let's do a file save scene as, and we'll call this number 17. All right, so we've pretty much got to, let's make sure this is under modeling, even that way we have these options. Pretty much this video is going to have us doing a lot of the same that we did in the previous, where we will smooth certain objects and then we will also add color to them. So let's go ahead and knock it out real quick since it's right there in front of us. Let's go ahead and do the bow tie. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on it. I'm going to go down to assign existing material since we've already created black previously. I'm just going to turn it black. Um, Now it's a little too blocky, so let's go back up to mesh. We'll go to smooth, and let's just see what a smooth division level of 1 looks like for it. There we go. I think that'll work for us. Some other things we could do, and let me go ahead and I'm going to do Control Z to unsmooth that. If you wanted to try to define these, let's see how it looks if I go in here. And let's go to Mesh Display, Hard Edge. We'll see if this helps define those little openings there. Now let's go to Object Mode and then do Smooth. It still overrides it, so we may have to manually adjust it if you want to clean that up a little bit. Which you can do. You can grab, like, if I want, I could grab all of these vertices, scale them to start making harsher and straighter lines. I'm going to go ahead and leave it for right now because it does look, from a distance, look all right for what we're trying to do. It kind of matches what our bow tie looks like back there. But you can spend some time cleaning that up if you'd like. All right, now that I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and hide it so that it's off of my torso here. And let's actually go ahead and try to knock out the torso. And so like we did last time, this one's going to have multiple colors. So I'm going to right click, assign existing, and I'm going to assign my main color since the majority of his body is that main color. Then, looking at my example here, I'm going to go ahead and turn on symmetry for X. I'm going to go to face mode, grab my selection tool, and I'm going to start selecting the faces that make up his tummy portion. And I think I'm going to go all the way up, kind of behind his bow tie. I would assume a lot of his color will continue up there. So we'll just kind of go right up to the edge here. I'm gonna flip over this and kind of look at it. I think that'll be a good spot to stop. Now let's go down to the bottom. I'll go ahead and do the underside as well. All right. Now I'm gonna right click, assign existing, and I think dark might, let's see what it looks like. Does it matter? Yeah, we're gonna actually need to make, or where's his snout color? Let's find his snout color. Assign existing and choose snout. There we go. That's the color we wanted. So now if I click away from there, I've got kind of his little stomach there. Now his shoulders need to be joints. So what I'm going to do there is go to face mode, grab my lasso tool, drag a lasso. Whoops, did not grab all of it. Let's try that again. See if I can make sure I go straight down. We have it symmetrical still, so it did both sides. I'm just gonna go to this and look. Make sure I didn't accidentally grab anything else. Looks good. So then I'm gonna go ahead and do assign existing material, black. And now we've got kind of those joints that are holding his arm on. All right. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to take his stomach. Oh, there's one other spot I forgot. We want this area up here to look like it's a joint as well for his neck. So I'm going to go to face mode. I'm going to drag a box around these top ones, and I'm going to assign black as well. That way, even though we can see inside of his head, we see black inside there. All right, now let's go ahead and see what that looks like once we smooth it. So I'm going to go ahead and with it selected in object mode, I'm going to go to mesh. I'm going to smooth it once. See if I like the way that looks. I actually do. Doesn't look too bad. The shoulders look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and have that smoothed. Then I'm going to go ahead and hide it. That way we can access the arms a little easier. All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn off symmetry for right now. I'm going to work on one arm at a time. Again, an easy way we could have done this, and I'm not going to do it now because we've already got everything labeled, but I could have gone and colored this whole thing, then mirrored the objects over, and that would have brought the coloring already with them. But we'll make do with what we got. We've already got all that work done. So I'm going to take all of these main pieces. Let me see what the rest of them looks like. All of them's pretty much brown, so I'm going to just grab all of these parts. And I'm going to go ahead and assign existing. I'm going to call it main brown. That way they're all brown. Then I'm going to select one at a time. And wherever I have joints for it, I'm going to go to face mode, grab my lasso, and just kind of draw through there. I'm going to go ahead and assign existing black. Then I'm going to go down, take a look at this next one, grab it. This one's going to be a little trickier because it is angled. Both of them are. So we may have to go into the perspective view to actually make selections. So I'm going to kind of rotate it like this. And since, actually, let's go back to object mode real quick. I'm going to hide that one since it's done. Or you know what? No, it's not smooth yet. So let's not hide it just yet. Let's try to finish one arm. Make sure it looks good with the smooth that we choose, and then we'll hide them. So let's go to face mode. Whoops, Have the wrong one selected. Face mode, grab my lasso. I'm just gonna kind of drag around there, see if I can grab everything. Looks like I did without grabbing any of the bottom stuff, so that's good. Gonna right click, assign existing, black. Now I need to go down here and, oops, I'm gonna grab my lasso again, drag this way. Make sure I didn't grab any of those other underside ones. Go assign existing, black. And then let's work on the hand, I think is fine, all brown. We can leave it brown. The fingers are our next piece. And the cool thing with these is it's fairly easy with them. If we're in face mode, we really only need to do where these hinges are at the middle. Those are the only ones I'm going to focus on. And so just like we would do with an edge, if we were on edge mode and we click one, hold shift and double click the next one, it selects the whole ring. Well, if we go to face mode, do the same thing, we can shift click. So we can click the first one, hold shift, double click the one next to it, then shift click another one, shift click the next one, and it'll select them all. Then we can do assign existing black. And we can quickly knock out each of those fingers on this hand by just holding shift and quickly double clicking and assign black to it. All right, let me zoom out, make sure we got every part of that one. The only one thing we haven't done yet, and I don't know what color I want to do yet on that hinge. So for right now, I'm going to go to object mode. Let's actually go ahead and do this other side while we're thinking about it. And then we'll play with the smoothing. So I'm going to go in here. Excuse me. I'm going to go face, grab this, drag right through, assign existing. We'll do black. Then we will go to object mode, go to this one, go to face mode again, just like we did. I'm going to kind of angle my shot just enough, grab my lasso, and drag around. Just make sure I didn't select anything else by mistake. Assign black. Same thing here. Assign black. And when I did that one, I went, just like I did on the other side, I went down so that I could get the faces that are underneath there as well. Let's see. Then I've noticed one little thing with the hand here, so I'm going to try to fix that. So if I take this one and press 2 to smooth and see where it goes, it's hanging out of the hand. So I'm going to press 2 on the hand to see how much I need to scale it up. And so let's see, I'm going to go ahead and go to edge mode. I'm going to grab all of these edges up here. I'm going to pull them out to create kind of the palm there that hides the rest of the wrist. Go do the same thing over here. So I'm going to go to edge mode again. Grab these edges again, pull them out to try to attach that. I could also, if I want to do the uh, ring there and make it smaller, but I think that'll work for the hands. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go back to object mode for each of those. Press one, one. Doesn't look right there, but when it smooths, it looks right, which is what we want. Press one. And let's go ahead and finish these fingers real quick. Go to face mode. I'll grab my selection so I don't have that gizmo in the way. So again, just work your way around each finger on the little hinge joint that we created. Go to face mode, click one, shift click the one next to it, click one. When you're selecting the next ones, make sure you have that shift key held so it doesn't deselect the rest of your selection. Listing and black. All right, so now let's look kind of at, I'm going to hide in object mode real quick. I'm going to hide these guys real fast. So I want to be able to see what my reference image, or I guess I didn't really need to hide them. I could have, let's go ahead and bring those back. I'm just going to kind of look over here. I think we could probably get by with like a gray just to make it stand out a little. So I'm going to go ahead and right click on here and go to assign new material, blend. I think I'm going to go ahead and give it like a silvery color. And I think that'll work. Let's go ahead and call this, I guess we'll call it hinge. We can play around with the color of it a little bit later, but at least we can kind of see what it's looking like. So let me go a little darker. There we go. So I've got a hinge color now. So I'm going to go over here, select it, right click, assign existing hinge. All right. So now, before we start smoothing those, I'm going to go ahead and do this guy because since I have the torso turned off as well, I'm going to right click, assign existing, main brown, and then I'm going to go to face mode. I'm going to grab these ones, assign existing, black to give it the little hinge that it'll pivot on. And then let's go ahead and let's try to knock out everything real quick, and then we'll work our way back up to smoothing. So I'm going to grab these two hinges, right click them, do hinge. I'll grab this leg and this leg, right click, and do main brown. And while I'm looking at them, do one at a time, go to face mode, grab my lasso, drag my circle, right click, assign existing black. As these are looking straight on us, it's a little easier. Put face mode on this one. Lasso, assign existing black. Now the knees will get a little tougher because we do have some extra modeled pieces in there. So we're going to start by selecting both. We're going to assign existing and do main. Then let's start with these bottom parts of the feet or the ankles. I'll choose one, go face mode. This, if it's facing the right way, I can just drag a box. I'll just assign existing black. Same thing over here, right click, go to face, drag a box by holding left mouse button, or sorry, right mouse button. Oh, sorry, no, it is left mouse. I don't know why I said right. Yeah, if you need to drag your box, just as long as your selection tool is selected, left mouse click and hold, drag a box. All right, so we got that. Now we need to do, basically we've got the knees already brown, but we got to do these pieces in the middle. And so that's where it'll get a little tricky. So what we'll do is I'm going to go to the side view. We'll start with this one, go face mode. And I'm going to grab my lasso and I'm going to basically lasso all the way up just above this little line here and then around. That should select everything above there. Then I'm going to go ahead and take my selection tool, hold Control, and I'm going to deselect every part of the knee. Don't forget to get these, the underside, the top side. All right, once you've got those deselected, you can do right click, assign black, and it should assign black there. All right, now that we've got that one done, let's go ahead and go over to the other side. And actually, I may hide, I think to make it easier, I'm going to hide this one. Then I'm going to right click on that one, go to face mode, side view again with my lasso, drag a lasso around everything. Then make sure I didn't select anything by mistake. Grab my selection tool, hold Control again. I'll work my way around, deselecting what I don't need. Then I'm going to do assign existing black. All right, so now that I've kind of got everything done, go back to object mode. I'm going to turn everything back on. So unhide all of his parts. And, oh, almost forgot his feet. Let's do his feet real quick. So shift, select both of those. Does he have any? Let's do sign existing, main brown. And you can, yes, if you really want to, because these you will have to select, I believe, manually. Let's just see if it'll let us do. Well, it did pretty good, I guess, selecting those. So if you want to, might as well have already started selecting them. Well, I'll do it later. If you want to, you can go through and maybe just that front little group there, shift clicking each of those will allow you to select at least a section all the way around. Then you can assign the black just to help distinguish where the toes are connected. You can do that if you want. And that's the easiest ones because those you can double click next to it to get the whole ring selected, kind of like we did with the fingers. Some of these others, you may have to actually go in and um, manually select some. Yeah, like that one's not selecting all the way around, so you will have to manually if you want to do more of them. All right, so now we've got that. Now we're going to kind of work our way around. So I'm going to select both feet, and I'm going to go to Mesh, Smooth, since I've already set it to 1. I think 1's fine. Like that. Okay. Going to go ahead and grab the next one up. Go to Mesh, Smooth. Let's do 1. I think I'm okay with that. Then I'll do the next one. Mesh, Smooth. Good there. Go ahead and grab all of the hand pieces. And then this, 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 this. And let's try 1 on those. Smooth. Yeah, I think I can work with that for our character. All right, and now the waist. Let's see what smoothing it once does. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these little blemishes. What I could try to do is go to edge mode, and actually I'm going to turn on X symmetry. Go to edge. I'm going to try to pull that up a little bit. Maybe even pull that in some. See if that helps it at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with that. Let's try this. Let's do vertex. Grab these 4 vertices, which should be selecting those, and then I'm gonna right click, whoops, not right click, shift, right click, average them. Yeah, I'll keep playing with that. So you may have to keep touching that up a little bit because I don't like that little blemish there. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you won't notice it as much, but it's bothering me a little bit. So I'll keep playing with it. I'll just keep probably going around to the vertices. Let's try to select a few extra vertices and see if we can get them to average out. So shift, right click, and hold average. So yeah, it may take doing that a little bit just to get that to work the way I want. But let's just take a look real quick and see. I want to try seeing what this looks like. I may leave this, but I'm going to try smoothing it real quick just to see what it does. I mean, it's not bad. What's this side look like? Yeah, I mean, they're not bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and do mesh smooth on that set. Now let's check the knees. Mesh smooth. All right, so now we've got kind of, other than this part, which I'm gonna mess with some more, um, And I'm going to try to average out those vertices a little more. Other than that, we've got our little bear pretty much ready to go. There's a couple things here that I may try to do. I may try to scale that down a little bit so it doesn't cut into him. But I think even if it did, we could, the way the animatronic would work when it's moving would probably look natural. So all in all, not too unhappy about it. So we'll go ahead and end this video off with that now that we've got him textured. So I'm going to go ahead and do a file, save scene, and then I will see you in the next video. In the next video, I think we may start building the rig, getting things situated for that, and then later on we will go ahead and touch up any uh, things that we need to move or combine before we move forward with the actually attaching the rig to the character. So we'll see you in the next video. File save.